Hi guys, Kaze here. Welcome back. We're back with some more Secrets of Me. Doing the extras today. So sequel dates there and the gallery is what we have left. So let's get to it. And of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. So let's find out what happens in our sequel. Night Parade. The days after Shun and I slept together passed by in a flash. Those days were full and rich in so many ways. It was my job to bring him coffee after his examinations were over. I wonder if he'll like it today, too. I gave a little knock before calling through the door. Shun, I'm coming in. Sure, come on in. I quietly opened the door. Good work today. Thanks, Noriko. Shun smiled at me. Despite seeing it every day, I never grew tired of that smile. I was so happy. And then we sat down next to each other on the examination table, our bodies pressed closely against each other. No, it was coffee time. Then could I get my coffee? Sure, here you go. He took the cup from me, then slowly took a gulp. Even though I drink it every day, I feel like this is a little different from usual. You can tell? Is this the result of your classes? Yep. Since then, I've been studying hard for a barista qualification. In order to pass the exam, you were also required to attend classes. You always talk about failing the exams, but it actually seems like you're improving. Don't say that. My face flushed with embarrassment. Seeing my reaction, Shun smiled impishly. I guess coffee is a pretty deep subject. It is. The temperature of the water and the way you pour it can really affect the taste. Will it change the scent too? Yeah, the extractor can cause differences too. That's pretty interesting. Yep, I hope I can put my knowledge to use when I go back to work. This was how I displayed my knowledge. Shun also listened happily. Seeing his face made me want to work even harder. Mizuki said I was doing well recently too. Oh, Mizuki did. I don't want to hear about other guys. He frowned with displeasure. My bad. Sorry. It's not something to apologize for. Unless you've been up to something. No way. Of course I haven't. This was jealousy, right? I was happy that he was jealous, but the atmosphere had become somewhat strained. Oh, right. I hurriedly pulled an envelope out of my pocket. It was a cute pink letter. This is from Kyoka. She looked slightly surprised as he took the envelope from me. He pulled up a letter and read it silently. Kyoka and I had remained friends. At first, after everything had happened, Kyoka was apologetic. When I told her the best way to thank Shun was to be happy, she had hung her head awkwardly. After that, she talked to me about Kohei. And then she asked me to let Shun know how she was doing. I advised her to write a letter of her own feelings rather than have me tell him for her. For her. I'm relieved that things seem to be going well for her. After he finished reading the letter, Shun gave her a relieved sigh and smiled softly. Seems like it had gone well. I smiled along with him. Does she seem happy? Yeah, more than half of it was mushy stuff about Kohei. Oh, that's great. In comparison, it doesn't seem like you're happy at all. I shook my head vigorously in response to the slightly barbed words. What are you talking about? I'm the happiest girl in the world. Shun chuckled. Don't take it so seriously. But I am seriously happy. That's the best compliment I could ever receive. He gently pulled me to him and I leaned against him. His arms were so warm. I felt like I could just melt from being with him like that. But I think there's been too much talking tonight. With that declaration, Shun kissed me roughly. He pushed me down to the examination table. When he pulled back, I looked up at him and saw him staring back at me with a devil-may-care smile. Do you remember when I gave you a massage here? Yes? How could I forget that? Back then, his hands had driven me crazy. Ever since then, I thought about those moans you've made. What? I've wanted to make you make them again. They were so naughty. I felt my whole body flush at his words. It's too embarrassing. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Right. Let's continue where we left off back then. He kissed me deeply, and I quietly closed my eyes. I could feel the heat of his body and the brush of the sighs that escaped his lips. At some point, I felt my strength deserted me. Shun got me to lay face down on the table. He touched me slowly, tracing the lines of my body. I accidentally let out a moan, and it was nothing like an ordinary massage. Does it feel good? Yeah, I should give you regular massages. There's something about his voice. As he focused his ministrations around my waist, I started to feel strange. Go on, let me hear more. Suddenly I felt soft sensation against my back, and a huge shiver ran through me. It didn't take me long to realize that it was the feeling of his tongue against my skin. I don't think that counts as a massage. If it makes you feel good, then it's a massage. His murmur turned me on even more and did nothing to quell the fire burning within me. Somehow, the way his fingers were moving was different to back then. I was gradually overwhelmed by the gentle, deep stimulus. In no time at all, I had given myself over to the pleasure. More. I wanted more. Just as I was wanting more, Shun pulled away. Huh? I raised my dizzy head and looked over my shoulder at him. His grin said that he was up to something. What's the matter? Is that it? I was being very forward. This is a sacred medical examination room. We can't taint it. I see. I'm a doctor, and I've got to put a stop to such lewd behavior. But, doctor... The words just slipped out, and Shun's lips curled up mischievously. I told you not to call me doctor. Crap! But it was already too late. He picked me up and flipped me onto my back. I'm sorry. It's fine. Now I have a reason to do this. He pressed his lips to my neck and sucked hard. A burning pleasure assaulted me. I won't let you get away with it. This is your punishment. He kissed me deeply again, and my vision went white. Deeper and deeper, I wanted to feel him even closer. Even without taking off our clothes, I could still feel how hot Shun's body was as he claimed me. I wondered if he was feeling the same way as me. Let me hear even more. Tonight, I want you so badly I can't stand it. His fingers trailed down my breasts and touched my sensitive spots. He overwhelmed me again and again, rough and hot. I felt like I would be drowned in the pleasure. His hand moved up my thigh and forced my legs apart. No. Do you really not want it? That's not how it seems to me. I was so embarrassed. I covered my face with my hands. The next moment, I felt a pleasure in my sensitive spot so great it almost hurt. If you tell me the truth, then I'll let you off. But he didn't stop what he was doing to me. Waves of pleasure crashed over me. I was panting so hard I could barely breathe as a seductive face loomed over me. Should I take that expression as an invitation? Unable to even shake my head, I just returned his stare. He pressed a kiss to my earlobe, then murmured to me in a low voice. There's no stopping now. He pulled me close to him, pushing deep into me. Pleasure spread from the core of my body, and I let out my loudest moan yet. Pressed flush against Shun's sweaty body, our body heat mingled. You're being so rough. He put his palm to my cheek and stroked my lips with my finger. With a finger, not my finger. You don't like it? His breathless voice reached deep into my heart. No, I like it. I'm so happy that I'm able to hold you like this. We kissed again and again as we explored each other's bodies. You make such naughty sounds for me. I felt embarrassment boiling up in me, and I bit down on my trembling lip. But the uncontrollable pleasure washed over me without stopping him, and noises leaked out. There's no need to hold back. Let me hear you. He kissed my breast roughly, and I, the feelings swelling up in me, threatened to overflow. Shun. There was no room for embarrassment as I rode the waves of tingling pleasure. I love you, Noriko. His voice, as he murmured it, was enough to send me over the edge. But she had a good time, considering she's still at work. Here for the daily delivery and an extra side. for dessert. Oh gosh. We were at the dessert. Alright, let's see what the date scenario has. Oh gosh, of course. Don't call me doctor. My most important job in the morning was to bring Shun a cup of something to wake him up. And of course, that something was always coffee. However, one day I decided to give tea a try. Here you go, Shun. I put the mug down in front of him with a clink. He looked at me in bewilderment. Did something terrible happen? Huh? Did you overwork yourself studying for your exam? The worried expression in his eye as he looked up at me confused me. No, nothing like that. Then why did you bring me tea? I thought it might be nice for a change. I said it with a smile, and Shun heaved a disgusted sigh. Is that all? That's all. I know where you're coming from. However, I always prefer coffee. He frowned. Uh-oh. Had I messed up? Goodness gracious. I put him in a bad mood first thing in the morning, so now today would probably be a bad day. I'm sorry. I'll get you some coffee at once. No, this is fine for today, he murmured calmly. I had done something wrong. I hung my head and gave a little sigh. I was just worried because you seem to have been studying even harder than usual recently. He took a sip of tea, then smiled as he gazed at me. It's wonderful to see my wife working hard. Huh? Huh? He's nice. What madness is this? Did he just praise me? Yeah, I'm so happy. He acknowledged how hard I was working. I felt my face break into a smile. Becoming a coffee master isn't just about learning how to make it properly. For example, it's about the history of coffee and what it's served in, and even about the chemistry too. I see. That sounds worth learning about. Yes, it is. Shun leaned forward, listening to me intently as I spoke enthusiastically. Well then, I better give you a reward for all that hard work. He stood up smoothly and placed his hand on my shoulder. Then he gave me a gentle kiss. Is he okay? Does tea put him in a weird mood? I accidentally let out a moan, and his arms encircled my back. I slowly embraced him back. When I pulled back, he kissed me again. And then again, this time even deeper. Shoot, not first thing in the morning. No. At this rate, I'd get carried away by how good it felt. I pushed him away. Come on, give it a rest. You'll be late for work. No, today's a holiday, so we can do this. Huh? A holiday? He had the day off? I hurriedly checked the calendar. Sure enough, today was his clinic's days off. I must have still been half asleep. You don't have work either, right? Yeah. In other words, we could spend the entire day together. My irrepressible joy spread across my features. Shun snorted as he watched my reaction. I love how open you are. Then he gently stroked my hair. Why don't we take the opportunity to go to the amusement park? For real? Yay! Instead of a reply, he just kissed me on the forehead and hugged me again. There we go. What should we ride next? I can't decide. Arm in arm, we looked around at the attractions. Shun picked out my outfit for the day from top to bottom. I felt a little embarrassed about showing my bare legs in those tiny shorts, but I was having so much fun that I had forgotten all about it. Apparently not, if you are talking about it. Oh, Shun, let's go on the roller coaster. I see. Are you planning on secreting plenty of adrenaline to seduce me? He grinned at me. What are you talking about? Flustered, I shook my head from side to side. Shun smiled mischievously at me. Just kidding. Come on, let's go. He put an arm around my waist as we lined up for the roller coaster. I almost messed that up. He had been enjoying himself ever since we had set foot in the park. He looked around all the rides with eyes sparkling like a child's. Seeing that expression on him spurred me on to have some fun too. After we'd been the roller coasters, we decided to take a break. We sat down on a bench for a breather. I might have overdone it a bit. I'll get us something to drink. Okay, I'll come with you. You just sit there. You must be tired. So must you. He moved his face so close to me that his lips brushed my ear. And you're in a bit of danger right now. Huh? I told you before. When you get excited, you look even more beautiful than usual. His alluring murmur shed a shiver up my spine. I don't want you wandering around other guys in this state. Okay. Good answer. Then he pulled away from me and walked briskly off to buy something to drink. Even though we were in public, he had gone and used that voice on me. Embarrassed by how weird it had gotten me feeling, I shook my head hard. After a while, he returned with drinks in hand. Sorry to keep you waiting. No, not at all. Here's yours. Thank you. He sat down next to me and heaved a little sigh. I was worried that you'd be approached by some other guy. No way. No one came near me. Is that so? Then I guess all the other guys are blind. I felt my body grow hot under his heated gaze. Hey, you're complimenting me too much. No, I don't. Besides, the more you praise a woman, the more beautiful she becomes. He tenderly touched my cheek. Nothing would make me happier than if my words made you even more beautiful. Oh, I was about to say that he was exaggerating, but his lips cut me off. It was the briefest of kiss, barely more than a touch. I sat there in surprise, my mouth frozen open. Did I startle you? His words brought me back to my senses. Looking around us, I saw people glancing our way. My whole body flushed as embarrassment welled up in me. I can't believe you did that in front of all these people. It's fine. Or didn't you like that? That's not what I'm... All right, then deal with it. He grinned with satisfaction. It felt like I was being dragged along with his whims, but whatever. After our break, we enjoyed more of the attractions. From time to time, Shun would murmur into my ear or give me a kiss in full view. Even without those bonuses, I thought it would have been the perfect way to spend time. But he seemed to enjoy my reactions. He was teasing me. Before I knew it, the sun had set and it was time for the night parade to start. We should have reserved a space. The street around where the people would pass by was crammed with people. Even stretching up on my tippy toes, I could barely see anything. Of course, the lights all around the park were pretty, but since we were there, I wanted to see the parade. I have an idea. Really? Do you know a good spot? Yeah, we won't be able to see from there for long, but it's a great spot. Seriously? Do you want to see it that badly? He was laughing at me. He must have thought I was like a child. I suddenly felt a spirit about my own excitement. But Shun's big hand patted me gently on the head. I'm glad that you're enjoying this time with me so much. With his arm around my shoulders, he led me towards the Ferris wheel. Oh, it's so pretty. I thought it would be packed, but everyone was so focused on the parade that they ignored the rides. We were able to get onto the wheel without having to queue long at all. Looking down from the sky, the lights of the parade glittering like toys in a toy box. And beside me, I had my beloved. I was so happy. You happy? His arm around my waist, Shun pulled me close to him. Our faces were so close together that our lips were almost touching. I was sure that he'd hear my heart pounding. Yes, extremely. Really? I'm glad. Just saying that, he continued to gaze at me in silence. I found myself transfixed by his eyes, unable to speak. You're more beautiful. Huh? This might sound cliche, but you're the most beautiful thing in the world. He placed his palm against my cheek and slowly moved towards me. I silently closed my eyes and his lips brushed gently against my own. Everyone else pales in comparison to you. Shun, you're exaggerating. I'm not. I'll prove it to you. He forced open my collar and kissed along my collarbone fiercely. See, this line is incredible. Then his hand stretched out towards my legs and landed on my thigh. And these legs. He slowly stroked his finger in a circle, and my body shivered in response to his stimulation. Shall I have you right here and right now? We'd be seen. Everyone's focused on the parade, even though I've got something way more beautiful in here. His hand moved under my shirt, and I wrapped my arms around his neck. If he hadn't been supporting me, I would have sunken down onto the floor. And just a small attack from him could turn me on so much. I was so embarrassed, I wanted the ground to swallow me up. He was the only one who can make me feel like that. Please, never leave me. Of course, I won't. His rough kisses lit a fire in me. I could feel the warmth of his body. This could be a bit awkward when we reached the ground. Why? His gaze was so seductive. It was like he could see right through me. I want to feel even more. Our gazes entangled there in the gondola. We secretly found pleasure with each other for as long as time permitted us. And a fun time was had in the air above the crowds and the parade. Yay! Telly did not get to witness it, but we got to see the beginning. Anyway, gallery time! Our first meeting. I think he really likes teasing us. He likes messing with us a lot. He did a little bit with Mizuki too, but for plastic surgeon, where the heck did he get blood for that? I don't even know. Oh, we were drunk. Oh, confronting us in the elevator. Tell me, what is Mizuki to you? Oh, when we're supposed to end our love. Ah, there we are, pinned on the bottom. I was like, I thought he already went and took a bath, so why was he still wearing his shirt and tie? I put on a yukata. No, he puts on his regular clothes. On the best ending. Oh, yeah, definitely can see the garter belt. But nice wedding dress. Oh, mother's so happy, and she's so blushing. And our happy ending. Aww. We're just so happy to be back together. But I really enjoyed the series. It was really good. I really at first I thought I wasn't gonna like it considering it was about stalking, but the way it turned out, oh my god, I loved it. But I'm gonna miss all of them. They're so great. Though I must say, I think my favorite is toss up between Akira and Ryunosuke. I think. I'm not sure. It's really hard to choose. Anyway, I'll see you guys in some of the other videos. Until then, bye. Kaze out.